Hello, 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 hello. Everybody can hear to me? Okay, so today I'm starting a new point, that is your data structure. It's really basic point and I hope you will like it. So now I'm presenting some interesting topic, that is data structure. So basically data structure giving a good knowledge and good fundamental part in coding skill, because data structure generally giving it, this is the base part where we can easily improve our confidence level, or also we can solve some complexity and time complexity, like a particular program how much time is taking during the execution. So data structures taking these things. So I'm just showing this PDF in front of you. I hope you will see it. Data structure is mean like you solving some kind of problem solving, how much time a program taking time to execution. So lot of things generally included in data structure, so that we can easily improve our thing and we can solve the time complexity accordingly program, like lot of program and lot of in which time complexity it will be better give to me a output, so that according that we will solve that problem. So it has given in some coding skill, but sometimes it's not. So sometimes generally anybody asking to you, whenever you search around you, like some teacher asks you like what is the complexity of this particular code, so that is the minimum possibility. So I'm just covering here some basic and theoretical part, so that some fundamental knowledge give you proper guidance about it. What is the data structure? Firstly, we talking about the data. Data is a really essential part in your life. So storing some data, calculating some data in our daily life, we generally working on a lot of data, and we are taking a lot of data, and we are giving a lot of data and searching a lot of data. Every day we are working on data, and generally in IT company, generally engineers generally working on the data every day, and they are really taking interest, like it's really interesting. Before I don't know about the data structure. Before that we generally understand like data structure really works, but not after understand the problems related data structure and theoretical part. It's really not very hard, it's really interesting subject. So I'm just covering what is the data here. So data is anything to give information is called data. Example like student name and student roll number, etc. These are the data structure. Okay. Structure means representation of data is called structure. Representation of data is called structure. Like I'm generally I have data and I have structure that I have some student's name and I have to structure that. In that case I will use Excel file and I will make a row and column, and then I will put the data in that table, and that is the simple thing. By that everybody can easily understand from that side. Okay. So structures means generally giving the graph, arrays and list. Okay. So what is the data structure? Now I'm the point on that point exactly, that is what is data structure. So data structure, we talk about the data plus structure. I have data and I'm structuring that in which format, that give a data structure. So data structure is a way to store and organize data so that it can be used efficiently better way. Like if I have some student name and I have some particular ranges to related student, like how much marks a particular student got, so that time it was the important thing, like how can you arrange that data. So if you are putting in the sequential order, that time you can't understand properly, like in the one time you are just giving the name of all the student, and another side you are just mentioning the getting a marks. So I think we are arranging in table format, and we are generally giving a structure. So that is your data structure. Data structure is a way to store and organize data. Data structure is a way of organizing data, all data items and relationship to each other. Okay. Some type of data structures are here, like primitive data structure and non-primitive data structure. Primitive data structure is like your predefined data structure, like your integer, float, char, double. These are predefined data structure, like we have mentioned, and it is whenever we are generally solving problem, coding problem, that time it's predefined. We do not have, like I can say also, user can't uh, do herself to define the data structure because it's predefined, and when we execute that program it will give from that side. Okay. Non-primitive data structure, like we have to make our own data structure. It's two types, that is first your linear data structure and non-linear data structure. Linear means sequential way, like your array, it's giving sequential way, stacks giving the sequential way, and queue and linked list means these are giving the sequential and proper way. Non-linear means you are understanding by the name also, like non-linear, like tree and graph. Tree means generally it's tree, like it has some branches and has some root, and many branches are generally growing around, like can't, like that is your hierarchical data structure, like you can't understand properly. So that is a sequential. Tree generally not sequential, you can see also around you. Graph is also not, this is the network connection between people. So generally we are seeing here. So now I am the point of primitive data structure. Primitive data structures, like these are basic structure and are directly or operated by the machine instruction, like your integer, float, characters. Like I already said you about that, like that is your predefined data structure. Already machine has taken it, and you have only the chance to mention some type of keywords which has given to you by the operating system. So machine instructions, you have only mentioned in your code, and it will take the data according that manner, like which type of data you are taking, like that is your integer type, that is your float type, and your character. Now I'm moving second. Sorry. Non-primitive data structure. Non-primitive data structure generally these are derived from the primitive data structures. Like it's a collection of same type or different type primitive data structure. So example is your like your arrays, stack, and trees. Okay, these are primitive. Like we have to mention by own. So that is your non-primitive data structure. Data structures, why we are using the data structure, what type are generally going on in data structure, and what is the simplicity about that, like some kind of data structures, processing, and a lot of questions we have. So we generally working on the data structure, like your interest inserting data. Inserting means generally I am adding a new data in the data structure. Deleting data, that is your remove a data from a data structure. Storing data, that is I am sorting means generally arranging. I have some data, and that is not sorted because they are not in increasing and decreasing order. I have some random data and I have the task to sort that, so I will use any sorting thing like bubble selection, some type of sorting here. So which type I will prefer, so that is your sorting technique. Searching means find the I really want I have some data and I have task that I have search a particular data like 24 I want to search in that sequence of data. So I will apply searching techniques, some searching technique, binary search and love searching techniques we have, so I will use that. Merging means some type of data, I have two type of table I have and I have to merge that. So I will use merging data, like I'm just merging that and combining to that. So combining the data of two different storing files into a single store file, so that while I will use the merging data structure. Traveling means accessing each data exactly one in the data structure, so that each data item is traveled or visited. Okay, and now I am the point on arrays. Arrays is really important and really interesting part in coding language and in data structure, because it's generally taking the sequential and homogeneous data like similar data. Okay, so we can store as many as data inside the array, and that is only for one disadvantage, that it's generally storing only for similar data, it's not storing multiple data. Okay, like if I'm storing similar data means I'm storing integer type, so it will only focus on integer values. Okay, if I'm storing particular float value, that's only float means decimal value, it will give only decimal value at that time, at one time. Okay, arrays are always stored in continuous memory location. Okay, and array can be stored multiple value which can be referenced by the single name. Okay, so arrays are two types. First is your single dimensional array and second is your multi-dimensional array. Single dimensional array is, it is also known as one dimensional array, like we can see it a 1D array where I have only one, that is you can see here these, I can mention only for these sense it, because I have only one column here, so that is the, so it is also, so it's use only one subscript to define the element of array, otherwise row, otherwise column. So declaration of the data, you can see data type. Firstly I will mention data type, that is your data type int. Okay, then I will mention data type variable, variable is your num, and then your expression, that is I have 10 here. Okay, so 10 is size of the array I have, so that is your thing. So in this initialization one dimensional array, you can see below here, that is a data type int num10, and that is the list of array, that is 1 2 3 4 till 10. Okay, these are the value, and we are generally mentioning, if I am initializing the any array, that time I will use these two techniques, is really important. Okay, you can see if I am initializing, if I am declaring only, so that time I will use these. Okay, if I'm declaring only. Okay, if I'm initializing, that time I will use curly bracket, and inside curly bracket I will give the data. Okay, multi-dimensional array I'm using the column and row. So multi-dimensional array use more than one subscript to describe the array elements. So dimensional array, so it is used to row and column. Okay, so it is matrix type, like I have matrix and I have to give particular row and I have to give particular column to anything. So declaration of the multi-type is here, that is your data type, variable name, rows and column. So int is here is a data type, and num is your variable name, 3 is your row, and 2 is your column. So this is the two dimension, I can also say two dimensional array. Okay, multi-dimensional, like I can use more and more. Initialization point is here. Initializing of these are the declaring type. If I'm initializing this two arrays, so what will I will do, that is your initialization point. You can mark here, you can see that is your initialization point. Okay, if I'm initializing the array during the declaration point. Okay, so these are the important factors here, so you can see here. Now I'm going to next point. So these are the write a program to read and write one dimensional array. So these are the small program for understanding, better understanding. So include stdio.h. This is the header file, both header file here, where standard input and output printf scanf is getting we are giving from this header file. Second is your conio.h. Conio.h is like first is clear screen. If you are clearing the screen, and gapch, both console input and output, you can say. So this is taking from here. So now I am just getting void main function. I am declaring a array here. Int a 10. 10 is size a array, and I is a variable. I am just giving the clear screen here, and I am just printing enter the array. Looping condition, because it's I am not initializing any array here. I am only declaring the array here. So now I am generally giving the instruction to the during the execution, that time I will take the input and I will run it. Okay, so this is the I equal to 0, I less than equal to a means I value of array is 10, so I is less than equal to 10, and plus plus I, that I am just scanning it and then I will print it. Okay, so percentage %d and these are the format specifier here, means some kind of like character for percentage %c, float for percentage %f. These are the, I hope you know already about it. Okay, and then I will printing, and then I will using the gapch. Okay, it will run. Okay, now I am the point of stack. What is the stack? Stack is a non-primitive linear data structure. Means it's linearly utilizing the data in linear format. Like it is a order list. I can say it has to push and pop. Pop means I'm deleting the element from the top, and I'm pushing the element also from the top. So it has only one end to delete and remove the element. Only one end. Top, from the top side we will delete, otherwise we will push. Okay, so this is the stack data structure. Like, and I can say I have a bread packet. In the bread packet I have only one end to get the bread and remove the bread. Just taking the bread and generally giving the bread and just putting the bread inside that. So that's push and pop. Pop means deleting, push means inserting. Okay, so the last element will be the first to be removed from the last. So I can say last element, if which element I am inserting first, it will delete at the end. So we can say last element delete first. Like this is the last element. Like I am just putting any element from 0.5. So recently I added it here. Now I want to delete that same time I delete from starting from 5th position. So last element delete first, because it has only one end to delete and remove. Sorry, delete and add. So this is the in so that it's generally working on the LIFO condition, like last input first out. Okay, so that's why this is important. Now I'm going next point. Operations on a stack. Operations on a stack is like your basic point about it. These are the two operations of a stack: push operation and pop operation. Push operation, the process of adding a new element to the top of a stack, is called push operation. Every new element is adding to a stack, top is incremented by 1. Okay, in case the array is full and no new element can be added, it's called stack full. or stack overflow condition. Okay, because I have given 5 size of the array stack was it is 5. Okay, and I'm generally inserting, and at the top of the end I inserted, and now it has no any extra space to add on next and new data from in add in stack. So that time it will give a condition to us, like that is your array full and that is your stack overflow condition. Okay, pop operation means I'm generally deleting the element from that side. At the point it will come that time all element deleted, and now your stack will want to you that stack is under flow condition because there is no present any element further. So that is give you stack under flow condition. Okay, so one by one I will decrement element, and in deleting so it will decrease value of that, and that is the important. Stack operation, push pop operation, that is top equal to top plus 1 if I am pushing any element in the stack. So that is give you pop operation. Okay, so that is a small algorithm related push, that is your stack and maximum size of a stack, and then I am inserting the item here. So initializing that stop equal to top equal to -1 because it's a start, I am starting from 0th index. So before this 0th index, I always in array and in stack indexing is starting from 0. Okay, so before the 0, after when we add the element, so it will start from the 0. That is we can say like it has only one element. So has element, I can't say like it has no element. It has element because it's starting from 0th index. So that's why I'm starting from the -1. -1 condition is like it hasn't any element inside the stack, so you can start from top equal to -1. Now step 2 is a repeat step 3 to 5 until top is less than maximum size. What is the maximum size? 5. So maximum size 5 minus 4, that 5 minus 1, that is 4, because it's starting from 0 to 4, so that is 5. Okay, so we'll tell here read item step 3rd. Fourth step is saying set top equal to top plus 1. So if I I minus 1th index, so -1 plus 1, that is 0. 0th index I am adding any element. So now I have an element of the 0th index. Okay, now again I am going, so what is the value of top? Top value is 0, so maximum size 4, so it will repeat, so that is a looping condition. Okay, so you can say, and after the condition is satisfied, will be satisfied at print your stack overflow condition. Pop operation is like the process of deleting an element from the top of a stack is called pop operation. Okay, so after every pop operation, the stack top is incremented by 1, that is top equal to top minus 1, sorry. So if there is no element on the stack and the pop operation is performed, then this will be result to into that is stack underflow condition. Okay, if I am deleting at one time, it will give to us like that is stack underflow condition. That is the algorithm, like stack max size. Okay, and item. So repeat 2 to 4 until top less than equal to 0. So if in this condition, like less greater than equal to 0, like this minimum condition, like it has no any elements further. So repeating, so item equal to top, what is the value of top? I am inserting the item, and then I am deleting again, and so further it's generally giving also a looping condition, and that will be satisfied. Now I am on the next point that is also interesting, that is your stack prefix and postfix notation. Some kind of notation here: infix notation, prefix notation, and postfix notation. Infix notation is like your where the operation is written in between the operation, like a plus b. This is your infix. Generally we are solving our equations in aptitude, so that is your simple and infix notation. Postfix and prefix notation we are generally talking about in data structure. That is your prefix means before the operands we are using the operation, that is your plus. Postfix means after. Okay, so a plus b. AB plus. Okay. So prefix we can say it here, that is your Polish notation, and post we can say suppling notation. So these are the some this is the question. You can see A plus B. I am solving in just generally random question, because we are solving from this tag. We have element, so I'm generally converting the infix to prefix. Okay, so infix to prefix I'm converting, so that time operand and operator. Operator I will infix to prefix I am converting. So operator I will put in stack, and operand generally I am putting outside. So A is operand and plus is the operator. So operator I will put in the stack, and operand I will put outside this stack, and I will again apply the operation on it. Okay. So A plus B, I am using the infix to prefix. So prefix means according the BODMAS rule. According the BODMAS rule I will use, like it has a bracket, so I will firstly solve the bracket problem, and then I will go outside. Okay. So now A plus B plus AB. Okay. And star C D plus E, that is the part. So you can solve it. I think you can note it here, and after that if you know about the idea about it, you solve by yourself. Okay. And I solved it here. So A plus AB I solve the first, and then star CD and A is this. So this mark is higher priority. Okay. So now I am on the point. I'll solve R1 is A plus B, so C D. So C D, this mark is higher priority. I will solve it, so it will give this result to me, pre, because the operator I am putting first, and here this give result to me this, because this is higher priority. Then I will solve this. After solving this, I am giving the, you can also mention according the alphabets given to you. It is generally mentioning R1 and R2, that is also complexity, I think, for understanding. So I think you have to take it. Wait, my laptop is down, so now I have to charge it.